Hello everyone and welcome back to Dragon Wing Diamonds. We are here with our WIP and Chat a day late and I do apologize for that. On Tuesday when I usually film my WIP and Chats, I ended up down all day with some intestinal issues, but doing much better today, so we're good to film. Just want to start off, my boyfriend is, instead of behind me, now he's in front of me. He is going to be playing a game, so you might hear some tippy tapping and some aggressive tapping as he's in battle and stuff like that. Possibly occasional swear word if, you know, he dies or not, but but yeah, so you'll probably be hearing those noises in the background. So yeah, I think that's everything. So actually it works out that this was pushed back because, guys, look, I got my new Zox bracelets already. Look how pretty they are. So I ordered 2 of them that I wanted, and then I did a mystery pull for a third one because they're like, oh, have a mystery pull for $3. So this one on the inside says Fly High. Hopefully you can see that. Yep, there we go. It says Fly High. And this one's in the small, and the other 2 are in the mediums. Definitely, like, smalls definitely fit my wrist really well, which is impossible to do with my wrists. So I got this one specifically for school. On the inside it says believe in yourself. I do have a tendency of having that fear of failure. So I definitely, when I saw that bracelet, I'm like, oh yes, absolutely need that one. And then this one I chose based on a rough day with the kids. It says, you are enough. Just to remind me that I am doing the best I can in my situation, and I'm doing everything I can, and I'm enough for it. So yeah, really excited about them. I've been wearing them ever since I got them today, so yeah, I definitely love them. Also, please ignore the state of my nails. I have not had the chance to actually do anything with them. So today I am working with my new Muni Made tray, and oh my gosh, this thing's huge. I love it. Of course, I'm still working with my Monarch Designs pen, pink regular wax in the back here, and today I am working with the Mango Sorbet Patty Wax. Had to switch up the flavors. I was using Laura's Wee Wax a couple days ago, and I had to swap up the flavors, but yeah, I got Wee Wax from Laura. Look at it. It's a pool party. You open it, it smells like suntan lotion and flowers. Actually, it really took me back to like days at the beach with my dad and stuff like that. So that was a nice little reminder. So thank you, Laura, for that awesome scent that you came up with. Okay, making sure that's in frame. Okay, cool. Okay, let's get started here. It has been a week, let me tell you. Like, I had one of those weeks where Monday at 9 a.m. I'm sitting there, I'm like, wow, it's been a week already. So, but yeah. So, on Saturday, I celebrated my birthday, which was so much fun. I told my boyfriend I wanted to pop into one of the lives for the Sparkle-a-thon that they were doing, so I popped into Bev B's live. Get that residue off there. So I popped into there and chatted for a bit, and then my mom called me, so I missed the end of it, but it's okay. That was a fun live to spend my birthday in. And then once the live was over, oh my gosh, you can tell I just re-waxed my pen, huh? I thought I got all the residue out, but I guess not. But yeah, so we did the live, and then for dinner, at first, like, I thought I wanted ramen from one of our local ramen places that we get from. Let go, Patty. Oh, sometimes Patty Wax works too well. Oh, wait. Never mind, that just didn't have a... That was a hollowed out one. There we go. Yeah, so I was thinking about getting ramen from our local ramen place that we like to eat at, but I don't know, like, I just wasn't feeling it when the day of my birthday actually came around, so I was like, okay, well, that's not what I want. So we ended up getting Red Robin, which is a delicious burger joint around here. I'm not sure if it's actually, like, all over the place or if it's located in New York or you know, northwest or northeast or whatever, what have you. Not sure, but yeah, they have really good burgers there. And like when you are actually in the restaurant, they give you bottomless fries, and then they also give you bottomless milkshakes as well. So that's always a cool thing. So we ordered from Red Robin for dinner. I got a bacon cheeseburger because that's always my go-to. I just love my bacon cheeseburgers with some lettuce, tomato, and mayo on it. And then of course we got the fries, and then my boyfriend picked up a cake for me from one of the local bakeries out here. And oh my gosh, you guys. This cake was literally a giant ho-ho, like a giant Hostess ho-ho. They call it like a cake roll, or I think a chocolate cake roll, or a Swiss roll. I think a Swiss roll, but yeah, basically a giant chocolate cake with frosting in the center of it and chocolate frosting along the outside. And it's delicious. Like, it was a delicious cake. Like, I enjoyed every second of it, including the little bit that I will be eating later tonight, because I have the last little bit tonight. And then my boyfriend, he got me 2 gifts for my birthday. One of them was a little plushie, so I'm not sure how, I mean, probably the people who are probably a little bit more well-versed in the gaming world know of the brand called Razer. Basically, Razer makes these awesome, like, computer components. So, like, I have my keyboard, my mouse, and I have a little keyboard extender that I use. Those are all Razer products because I love Razer products. Like, I will never go anywhere else with, like, I won't get another type of product. Also, my headset is a Razer product as well. Yeah, I think that's all I have. I didn't get speakers from there because it was cheaper to order them off Amazon. But yeah. So Razer came out with this little mascot of theirs, and they call him Little Snicky Snick. Oh my gosh, you guys. He's the cutest little thing ever. He is a little black and green snake. Little black and green snake plushie, and he's just so adorable. And so basically what Razer does is they plant a tree, I think it is, for every order that you purchase of Snaky Snake and Snecky Snack. I gotta say it right, Snecky Snack. So they'll plant a tree for every order you place in regards to their Snecky Snack line. And so they came out with the plushie, and then they came out with 2 other things. They came out with with a head pillow for your gaming chair, as well as slippers. So my boyfriend got me the little plushie, who is currently sitting behind me on my little storage container, and he also got me the slippers. And so, like, I put the slippers on to make sure they fit. And, you know, it's middle of summer, so couldn't wear them for very long, but I wore them long enough to go downstairs, make my coffee and stuff like that. Actually, I didn't make my coffee that day. I think I walked downstairs to bring my coffee cup downstairs. I think that's what it was. Jonesy, oh my gosh, this cat. He was just, like, eyeballing me with these slippers on. Because, like, they're basically, like, your bunny slipper-esque look. It's got the snake head on, like, the end of where your toes are and stuff like that. He's just staring me down as I'm walking around with these slippers on, and he just, like, took off. Like, he belly crawled away from me. So, my cat's afraid of my slippers, and it's hilarious. So, I opened that first thing in the morning. Boyfriend made me some coffee, and he got us, muffins. There we go. He got us muffins from our local grocery store, because, you know, I live in the land of Wegmans, the best grocery store in the world, and they make delicious muffins. And, like, my favorite one is their French vanilla one, because it literally tastes like French vanilla. It's so good. And they, like, put, like, powdered sugar on top. Oh my god. So good, you guys. So good. So yeah, had that for breakfast. I feel like we might have skipped lunch because we don't normally eat breakfast, so it was like, oh yeah, we already ate, and then we weren't hungry, and then it's like, oh wait, it's dinner time, so now we can go ahead and order dinner. And then so I diamond painted for a little bit on my birthday while I was in the live. And then from there we went, oh yeah, and then we played Hogwarts Battle the rest of the day. Because basically, like, we beat the base game of it. It's got a crater on it. Yeah, we beat the base game on it. And then I also have an expansion pack, so we got through years 1 through 7 at Hogwarts. We were all good there. And then we had to start in on it's called the Monster Box of Monsters edition of it. Play on Monster Book of Monsters for those who may not know. And so, like, it adds like new encounters and stuff, and new creatures that you have to go up against, and it is difficult. Oh my gosh, we were struggling with that one earlier this week, and we actually ended up having to change some rules around a little bit, and we both took on new characters, so both of us are playing 2 characters. Like, it's crazy. But at this point now, we are at the last box of it, and we did find that there is another expansion out, so we are working on getting our hands on that as well, because we've been really enjoying doing this together. But yeah, we haven't really gotten to play much yet this week, because it's just been so crazy. But yeah, I'll get there. So yeah, that's what we did on my birthday, just hung out, played games all day. It was a lot of fun. Very relaxing, exactly what I like in my birthday, you know. And then, what did we do on Sunday? I know we got the boys back on Sunday, although we got them back late. Their mom took them swimming at one of the local lakes, so we didn't get them back until like, I don't know, 7. Yeah, because like, we never like know what's happening with the kids on Sundays until my boyfriend texts his ex-wife, and generally it's just like okay, normal time, like okay, cool. But yeah, she's like, oh, we're all the way out in this town right now, and so I can bring them back at this time, and we're like, okay. And then we're like, oh crap, well now we gotta figure out dinner, because usually the nights that we're bringing the boys home, it's McDonald's night, because there's McDonald's near their mom's house, so my boyfriend just picks them up and grabs McDonald's on the way. And so, so we had to scramble to find dinner. Thankfully, we had like a meatloaf left over from the week before that we actually didn't get to eat. Can't remember why we didn't. I think we ate out. I think we ate out a lot last week. I think that's what it was. But yeah. So yeah, we had a meatloaf, and my boyfriend made his roast potatoes too. So we had that for dinner, and then got the boys back, and like, we didn't really have much time to relax at all with them either. So it was, okay, boys are here. Okay, they need to take showers or baths because, you know, they were swimming in a lake. So I had to get them right in the bath, and, well, they took showers. The boys have been opting for showers lately, which is interesting. I know when I was Drake's age, I just wanted baths. But yeah, so got them in their showers, and then did our bedtime stuff and got them in bed, and so we didn't really get much time with them. And then after we got them in bed, my boyfriend and I went back and we played our game a little bit more, you know, just to get another box down. And then at like 11:45 on Sunday night, I got an email from my HR at my new job, and they're like, hey, we need you to come back in and repeat your drug screen. What time can you do this tomorrow? And I'm like, well, you know, I planned everything last week because I didn't have the kids, and now, like, Mondays are the days that my boyfriend is in the office, so A, I don't have access to a car on Mondays. B, I'm supposed to take care of the boys on Monday. So, like, it was like, okay. So I talked to my boyfriend. He's like, okay, well, I'll just tell my boss something came up and I can't go into the office, but I can work from home. And then we can get it working that way. And I was like, okay, cool. And so I was like, oh, what time should I tell her? And he's like, oh, just tell her, like, 10:30 that you can be available. And I was like, okay, I will do that. So I responded back to her message not too long after, and I was like, hey, I'm available at this time, but I don't really have much time because, I'm supposed to be home with my kids and stuff like that. And so I didn't hear back from her. Or, no, I did hear back from her saying, like, okay, I will call them in the morning and see if we can get that set up. Okay, cool. So I said between 10 and 10:30, right? So I'm sitting there in the morning, like, I wake up, I get up early just to make sure, like, I'm ready to go when my appointment's set. And I'm waiting and I'm waiting. And of course, I'm not going to the bathroom at all because, drug screen. I need to be able to provide a fair amount of urine for this. So, sorry guys if that's kind of gross. So I'm waiting and waiting. And then I, like, okay, it's like a little bit after 10. I still hadn't heard anything at all. It's like, if I'm going to be there by a 10:30 appointment, like, I need to know right now that I have to leave. And so I emailed her back. I'm like, hey, did you manage to get that appointment set up? Like, because, it's a very, like, tight, like, a sensitive drug screen. So, like, you can't set it up yourself. You have to have the HR rep do it. And, yeah, it's just a nightmare. And so, like, it wasn't until, like, 10:45. And, by this point, I had gone to the bathroom because I was like, I'm starting to get cramps. I'm starting to be in pain. No, I can't do this. So yeah, 10:45, I hear back from her, and she's like, oh, well, I wasn't able to get in touch with them, but I can do this now. Are you able to come in later today? And I'm like, no, I can't. I need to be here with my kids. Like, I only had coverage for them for so long, like, because my boyfriend's dad was going to watch them, but he was only able to until noon that day because he had to go get my boyfriend's mom from the airport. And it's like, it's like, I tell you a time, and then you come back saying, like, oh, well, can you do this now? It's like, no, of course not, because I told you what time I was available, and you said you weren't able to do this. Like, so I was like, and then she's like, okay, well, can we do this tomorrow then? I'm like, yes, I'm available anytime tomorrow because my boyfriend was working from home. Like, he works from home on Tuesdays, so it's like, that's fine. Yeah, I will have access to the car. Kids are going to be covered. It's fine. So, and she's like, and then I get an email back, and she's like, oh, okay, well, I just got clearance for you to call and make your own appointment. And I'm kind of just sitting there staring at my phone. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me right now? Like, guys, I have bad phone anxiety. I used to work in a call center. I've developed a horrible, horrible phone anxiety. And you're probably going to hear Jonesy meow in a second here. So, like, I hate making phone calls. Like, I cannot stand it. I have to mentally prepare myself for it, and I just wasn't prepared for it. Like, no. So, I'm having, like, a panic attack. Well, not a panic attack, but, I'm stressing out at this point. I'm just, like, laying there. I'm, like, tears falling down my face, like, oh my gosh, this is so stressful. I'm like, is this job really worth it? No, it's not. Like, I was so mad. I was ready to give up that day. So, she gave me the phone number to call. I call it once, like, it just keeps ringing with no answer. So I was like, okay, well, this is kind of annoying. And then, so I waited a couple minutes, and I called back again. And then got an answer that time. And then, like, the woman said that, she was like, okay, let me just pull up your file, and then I heard nothing after that, and I'm like, what the heck happened? My phone disconnected me. So, I'm supposed to have, like, Wi-Fi calling on my phone, and for some reason, it's kind of bugging out. So, since I live so close to the lake, I never have, like, legit service. I'm always talking to people off of Wi-Fi, for my text messages and phone calls and stuff like that. So, my Wi-Fi calling just randomly stopped working and, like, completely cut me off, which, of course, at that point, I'm just I'm angry, I'm frustrated, like, what the heck is happening? Had a fight with my phone for a little bit, finally got it to stop being stupid, and then called again, and then I was back to the phone ringing with no answer, and I was like, oh, what the heck? Like, are you kidding me right now? So, finally, I was like, you know what, it's almost their lunch hour, I'm hungry, like, I should probably eat some, or, well, no, I wasn't hungry, but, actually, I think Monday was the day, yeah, Monday was the day that I skipped lunch. Yeah, I know that was bad of me. But yeah, so yeah, I knew the office closed at noon for lunch, like most doctors' offices do. And so I was like, okay, fine, I'll just give them a call at like 1. That was a really bad place. I'll just give them a call at 1 and then see if I get through nice and quick. So gave them a call again at 1. Finally got through, got my appointment all set up for like 8:30 the next morning, which anybody who knows me, I don't like getting up early. Like, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. So I was not looking forward to getting up. So, like, because we had to get up at like 7:30. We actually ended up dropping the boys off at at my boyfriend's parents' house, and he actually rode out with me to my appointment. So, but yeah, so got there at 8:30, got everything taken care of, was out, actually got there before 8:30, got everything taken care of, was out before, by like, probably like 8:35, and on my way home. But yeah, still like, back to Monday. So yeah, I was just like, it's gonna suck having to get up early, but I mean, at least I don't have to worry about anything. Like, I just won't go to the bathroom in the morning, and I'll be set, and everything will be good. So, worked out there, and just waiting to hear no news, because no news is good news. And so, yeah, Monday, like, the rest of Monday was kind of shot for me, because, like, I was just so emotionally drained already. But it was hot and gross out, so it's funny, a couple WIP and Chats ago I said I was hoping for some summer weather. Well, guess what, I got it now. So we got to spend some time Monday in the pool with the boys, although I ended up with a headache, so I ended up coming in like about 5 minutes before they did, which worked out because I was able to get all changed and everything and out of the bathroom for them to come in. So yeah, that was my Monday, and then Tuesday, got up, went into my appointment, got that taken care of, got home. My boyfriend's dad ended up surprising the boys by bringing their cousin over, so he ended up keeping the boys until like after lunchtime, which was kind of nice because my boyfriend and I came home. We laid down, we fell back asleep for a couple hours, and then, you know, we were pretty good to go for the day. But yeah, on Monday we ended up getting McDonald's for dinner since we didn't get it on Sunday. And Tuesday my body was paying for it. I was in just so much pain yesterday. Like, I ended up down in bed for majority of my day, because even sitting up, like, I tried sitting up and diamond painting. I think I got through like a half a section yesterday on this, and then I was just like, oh, I can't do this anymore, and went and laid down, and like, that was that. I think I fell asleep a bit too. Like, I think I slept a decent amount. But good news is I'm feeling a lot better today. I was able to get myself up and move in and stuff. Oh yeah, and funny story. So today I got an email from my supervisor. Since, like, she knows, like, I'm going back to school, so she knows my day times are gonna be taken up here soon. And for one portion of what we do, we have to take a class for it, and it's kind of annoying, I'm not gonna lie, because I still, like, in my head, I can still picture how to use this system. Like, I know how to use this. Like, it's the same system that I used at the previous hospital job I worked at, so I've done it for years. And so she's like, yeah, you gotta take the registration class again. I know, super annoying. I'm like, really? Like, she's like, well, it's because I've been gone for almost 2 years, so it's like, yeah, unfortunately this one doesn't carry over. So she's trying to get it done, like, next week. So next week's my first week of work. I go in on Monday at 10 for my orientation. Basically, I just get a tour of the lab and get my stuff off, like my sign-ons and everything like that. So, yeah, so I was supposed to do that, and then right afterward, like, on Tuesday, I started on my normal schedule, coming in at 6 p.m. and leaving at 10. Yeah, well, that's not going to happen next week now. So I have to go in for this registration class, which is like an 8 to 5 thing, and I'm only working 4 hours a day. So I'm going to have Tuesday off, and Wednesday is going to be the registration class, so I don't have to go into work on Wednesday night. So I don't actually, like, start work at my job until Thursday next week. But yeah, my boss is like, I wanted to get you in nice and early because I know school's starting soon. Or she wasn't sure if school started yet, and I was like, no, it doesn't start till August 30th. And she's like, okay, well, I wanted to get you into this as quickly as possible because, you know, with school starting soon, I know it's going to be literally impossible. I'm like, yeah, with the way my classes line up, it definitely would be impossible because there's no block I have free 8 to 5 p.m. on any days that I'm in school. So yeah, I get to do that next week, sit through an 8-hour course on registering patients in the system. Woohoo! I'm so not looking forward to that again. I didn't enjoy it the first time around because, like I said, the system is exactly the same as the other hospital I worked at. It's called something different, but it's exactly the same. Like, it looks the same, you navigate it the same, like, everything's the same. And so when I went through the class the first time, I was in it with this woman who was a little bit slower with computers. And so, like, I'm, like, flying through everything, and she's, like, struggling. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be such a long day. Like, I could have been out of that class in probably, like, 6 hours if I didn't have to wait for her. But, you know how it goes. And then, of course, she's sitting there like, how are you doing this so quick? And I'm like, it's the same system as used at this hospital, so I've been doing it for, like, 2 years already. So yeah, next week's going to be a fun week with that. But on the bright side, I get Tuesday off, so that means I can, relax and get my WIP and Chat set for Wednesday and not be late this week. Yeah. I know, I was like waiting for the kids to get in bed last night, and I was just like, okay, do I have the energy? No, I don't have the energy, so yeah. Actually, my boyfriend and I ended up just laying in bed last night watching Friends. Because, I mean, if you're not, like, binge watching your favorite show at least once a year, then I don't know. That's what I do. Friends is my show. Like, I've loved it since the night. Well, I don't know. I don't know when I started watching it, but I've loved it for a long time. And then come to find out my boyfriend actually really loves that show too. Like, we found that out when we first started dating. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Like, to the point that we could quote most of the episodes and stuff like that. Did we do that on my birthday? We also watched the Friends reunion special that they did, where they brought everybody back. Like, they put the stages back together and stuff and brought all the actors back and, asked them questions about certain things, like, oh, what was your most hated time on Friends? And actually had to laugh because David Schwimmer, who plays Ross, said that he hated Marcel the monkey. And it's funny because now we're watching those episodes with the silly monkey in it, and I'm like, wow, just think, he just hated every single scene of this. But yeah, so yeah, we spent some time watching that last night, and we're probably going to do that again here in a little bit. I know he said he didn't want to game for too long, he just wanted to relax and snuggle, so I was like, okay, we can do that. I'm okay with that. Like, I gotta film my WIP and Chat, and then we can definitely just kick back and relax. So, yeah. Okay, where are we at? 30 minutes, okay. Yeah, trying to think. I didn't really have a lot of craziness happen last week. Boys have actually been pretty well behaved this week, which is, you know, pretty shocking. Although they woke me up this morning at like 7 o'clock. I'm like, what the heck are you guys, like, because I woke up because they were like, I couldn't tell if they were just in their room or what, like, I couldn't tell where they were because, like, the way their voices were carrying. I was just so confused, as I always am when I get woken up early. So I get up out of bed, and I walk out into the hallway, and Alex is laying on the floor in front of the bedroom door, and he's got the cat door pushed through, and he's talking to Drake on the other side of the cat door. And my boyfriend, he calls it whisper yelling, because that's what they do. They whisper yell. Because they think they're being quiet, but they're talking at a slightly above normal volume. And so, like, I go out there, and I'm like, what are you guys doing? And Alex is like, oh, I was talking to Drake because... Or I think at first he said that Drake wanted space. They've been doing this thing this week where one of them will come upstairs and be like, oh, I just wanted to get some space. And it's like, okay, you do that. You do you. Whatever you need. But they've been doing it a lot this week. And so Alex was saying that Drake needed some space, but he wanted to talk to him, so he was talking to him through the cat door, and I'm like, well, if your brother wants space, then you gotta give him space. This isn't giving him space. And then he goes, no, I wanted the space, not Drake. And I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, I'm half asleep already. Like, I'm not awake. Had just fallen asleep like maybe 5 hours before this all is occurring too. Is that a tab? No, it's not. Okay. Ooh. Struggle is real tonight. Yeah, so like, I'm just so confused this morning, and I'm like, you know what? Both of you just go downstairs, please. Like, you woke me up. I'm not happy. I don't understand what you're saying. I don't think even you understand what you're trying to say, so go downstairs. And then they both did. And then Drake said something about wanting to see the time, but it's like, kid, you look in the kitchen, there's 3 different clocks in there. There's one on the microwave, there's one on the oven, and there's one on my coffee maker. Like, I don't know. These kids are weird. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, more pool antics. Alex is trying to learn how to go underwater without plugging his nose. Like, that's something I never mastered myself. Like, I'm a person, like, I'm weird. I don't like getting my face wet. So I'm definitely the type of, like, if I had a lazy river, then I'd be golden, because I just like floating. That's what I do. And so, you know, getting in the pool with the boys, it's like, okay, better not splash me, I swear. But yeah, Alex is trying to learn how to go under the water without getting water up his nose. So my boyfriend was trying to work with him on that. And then, of course, you know, I was trying to work with him on, okay, make sure you go under the water first, then start kicking your legs. Don't start kicking your legs as you're going under the water, because then you're going to splash everybody around you. Is that all the black? That's all the black. Ooh, for those who are interested, I did post a cute little video to my Instagram today of the kitties getting some tuna. My boyfriend and I were gonna have tuna melts for lunch, but it was weird. Like, we got the tuna open, got the juice out and everything like that, and then we were looking at the tuna itself. Like, it didn't look like there's anything wrong with it per se, but it just looked like it was just like a super fatty cut of the meat, and we're like, that doesn't really look good. And so, like, we opted to actually not have any tuna today, but the kitties still got their tuna juice. So I posted I posted a video to my Instagram of the kitties getting their tuna juice because Jonesy goes crazy over it. Actually, it's really funny because Jonesy is the beacon for all the cats. Basically, he will come in first, survey the area, and then, you know, it was funny too, like the process that my boyfriend went through, because he got the tuna out first, which Jonesy missed that part. And then he grabbed, what was it? Next he grabbed the little bowls that we give them with the tuna juice, and then Jonesy started freaking out, because he's like, oh my gosh, those are the bowls, those are the things. And then lastly, he grabbed the can opener, and then Jonesy, at this point, Jonesy's just like going crazy, and then we're counting as like Pippa walked her way over, Shadow walked his way over, and it's like, okay. Elvie usually doesn't come around for tuna. He is a lazy cat. Like, if he's in the room, then yes, he'll come for tuna. But if he's gotta walk to get it, he's like, nah, I'm not about that right now. I'm just gonna continue laying here. Such a lazy boy. But yeah, he ended up spending most of the day today laying underneath me. But yeah. So yeah, got them all tuna and I posted it. One person commented on it because Shadow has always been this way. We call him the little gentleman because he literally will sit back and wait for everybody else to eat or drink or what have you. So like this happens whenever we're filling the food dishes, happens whenever we're filling the water dishes, giving them little treats and stuff. Like he'll sit back and he'll wait his turn. And then like once the others are all said and done, then he'll go ahead and like, you know, get his food and stuff like that. It's always been that way. It's super cute. So yeah, so yeah, in the video, you see Pippa and Jonesy like are standing side by side, which, you know, rare occurrence. Only time you can do that is when you're bribing them with tuna. Because Jonesy likes chasing Pippa, and she doesn't like being chased, ironically. I say ironically because she used to chase my mom's cat around the house. Poor Violet. I actually get to cat sit Violet next week. I'm excited. I might actually get to see her. Because it's funny, when I lived there, she's like, oh yeah, you're my best friend, I love you. And then as soon as I move out, she's like, wait, who are you? No, get away from me. Like, she won't come out for me anymore. I literally have to go and like grab her and force cuddle her. Just get my hands on her. Because she's a super cute kitten. But yeah. Yeah, crazy kitties. But yeah, now Pippa, she's getting her revenge, like, she's getting revenge done on her because Jonesy likes chasing her around the house just like she used to chase Violet around. It's getting to the point now, though, like, I walk out in the hallway, like, I did this last night, Pippa was out in the hallway growling, I'm like, I bet you it's Jonesy. Walk out there, and it was actually Shadow, I'm like, oh, it's actually you tormenting your sister for once, okay. I'm actually surprised Jonesy walked in and out without yelling at me. There's usually a time of the night where he comes up and starts yelling at the two of us. It's not like I didn't give him lots of pets today. Yeah, today was pretty quiet. Last night we got these crazy rainstorms. Like, it downpoured for most of the night last night. It was insane. And then, so we have this huge butterfly bush on the side of the house. And with this downpour, it actually ended up breaking a part of it off. So my boyfriend had to go out and deal with that today. On top of it, it's like, he said it felt like it was pretty close to 100 degrees outside. He's out in the sun and trying to chop it down. And then he said the neighbor came over and was trying to talk to him while doing it, like being like, "Oh, this poor bush." And it's like, oh, well, he had to get trimmed down anyways. Just forcibly happening now. But yeah, he had to go trim that up after he was done working today. Tomorrow is another in the office day, so that means I get to take care of the boys. They've been doing better on listening. Oh my god, earlier was hilarious. So, at this point now, both the boys have like an older cell phone that well, each one has an older cell phone. Yeah. Don't ask me why a 5-year-old has a cell phone. I'm not particularly thrilled on that one. But anyways, because they only use it for games and there's just another screen we have to regulate. But anyways, each boy has their own phone now. And, you know, we have a rule in the house, like, if you want to use your phone, you need to ask us first, because like, when Alex first got his, quite literally all he did that first week he brought it over to our house was he just sat on it and kept video calling people and, like, having them, like, stare up at the ceiling while he was doing other stuff, and we're like, no. You need some phone etiquette before you're going to be doing stuff like this. Like, no, absolutely not. So we told him that if he wants to use his phone, he's got to ask us first, so that way we can, like, be okay it or not. Because there are certain things that we are okay with him doing with the phone, other things that we're not okay with him doing. So he's been asking this week to use his phone a lot, and I thought it was really weird because, you know, he usually just plays a Switch, you know, because he plays Fortnite with his cousin and stuff like that. So I was like, well, I wonder why he's doing this, like, so much. And so he came up earlier and he's like, oh, can I use my phone? Like, and, like, literally, I think it was like maybe an hour before that or whatever, he had asked to use his phone then too. I'm like, and so I turned to him, I'm like, so why aren't you playing your Switch? And he goes, oh, well, my Switch is charging and I'm not able to play it. And I'm like, he's like, I left my Joy-Con holder at Mom's house. And I kind of just, like, looked at him like, you know, I got one that you can use, right? Because I have a Switch as well. And, like, I never dock my Switch, so I never put it up on the TV, so I never use my Joy-Con. Like, they have this, like, little plastic thing that you slide your Joy-Cons and it turns it into an actual controller. For when you have your Switch docked. And he's like, yeah, but you told me, like, a month ago I couldn't use it. I'm like, you can't remember what I said 2 weeks ago about running up and down the stairs, but you remember what I said 2 months ago about this Joy-Con thing? Like, what? And just to put the record straight, the only reason I said that he couldn't use it at that time is because it was before he actually got his new set of Joy-Cons. So basically, this kid breaks Joy-Cons like crazy. So I agreed that as long as he takes care of his stuff, that I would get him a new set of Joy-Cons for his birthday. And so, you know, he proved that pretty well. He kept his Switch in his case and took care of everything. I mean, we did have another broken headset, but it was kind of cheap. It was like a cheap, flimsy like one single headphone with a microphone on it, so it wasn't anything to brag home about. Ooh, oopsies. Yeah, it wasn't anything to brag home about. So, since then, like, his mom has been getting him, like, these replacement controllers and stuff like that, but she doesn't know how to, like, read tech reviews and stuff like that, so, like, she kept getting him, like, these cheap ones that kept breaking super easily and stuff like that. And then she ended up getting him another set of, like, off-brand Joy-Cons, which literally those broke in, I think, maybe a month, just because, you know, they were off-brand. They were not, like, they weren't good at all. Like, they were cheap. They were cheap as you all get out. It's like I couldn't say the usual phrase that I would say with that. So yeah, I was like, yeah, he had these cheap Joy-Cons, and they were different from the, like, official Nintendo Joy-Cons. So I was like, when he asked if he could use that back in the day, I said no, because of the fact that it wasn't going to fit. Now he's got legit Nintendo ones, because, you know, I didn't cheap out on his birthday and got him, like, real Joy-Cons. And, so yeah, he must have remembered that from ages ago, and was like, oh, but you said no. I'm like, well, yeah, that was before, like, I don't think I actually explained that to him after the fact either. I probably should. I was distracted because I was brushing my hair, because, you know, I just taken a shower and stuff, and my hair was super knotted from yesterday, because I spent most of the day in bed, and, like, I have super curly hair, so it gets knotted so, like, if you even just look at it wrong, it gets knotted. Like, it's so bad. Gotcha. Love this Muni Made tray. Love it. I still love my JH Envision Labs tray as well, but I also love this Muni Made one. Well, there is one benefit to me getting knocked down for a little bit. I have been working on this a little bit slower, and I'm not sure you guys all have seen yet, but Knox over at Punks and Crafts, they are hosting an event coming up here starting on the 15th, which is Love Still Wins event. And they said that you can enter in projects that you've already been working on. And at the rate I was going, I was like, oh man, I'm going to have this finished before that event. I'm going to have nothing to enter into it. But, you know, I've actually gotten slowed down from not feeling too great. So there was some benefits there. And then, of course, you know, start work next week. So my days are going to be different. And then, like, I'm sitting there thinking about my work schedule, and I'm starting to get bummed out, because I've gotten very accustomed to jumping into people's lives now. Like, I really enjoy going into lives, interacting with everybody. We made Bev cry last night. Right, today's Wednesday, yeah. We made Bev cry last night. It was great. Bev started talking about the shipping that you deal with from DIY Moonshop, because they're located in the Philippines. Is that really all the check marks? Okay. We all started bombarding her with super chats to pay for her shipping, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, you guys stop!" And we actually made her cry. Like, it was great. But, you know, I was like super bummed, because it's like, okay, well, Bev's live is on Tuesdays. Take a drink real quick. Okay. Yeah, Bev's live is on Tuesdays at like 7:30 my time. And then I'm going to be working like 6 to 10, so I'm going to be missing out on that. I can't wear headphones where I work because it's a sanitary issue. I say it like that because I've worked at, what, 3 different labs so far in this area, and 2 out of 3 allow headphones, but this one doesn't for some reason. So if I couldn't have headphones in, I would still be taking part while I was working. But yeah, I was just like, okay, well, I'm going to miss out on that now on Tuesdays. And then I have Miss Coffee's live that I like to watch on Fridays. But, I mean, at least that starts at 10:05 my time, so that's not super bad. Like, I'm just going to be a little late to that one, so I won't actually miss out on that one. And thankfully, like, Jeremy does his lives on Saturdays, so I can still jump into those, like. But, like, I know Diamonds and Washi's been talking about doing a live, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to miss that one. Like, it kind of sucks. Like, I'm gonna be missing out on a lot of this stuff, but it's okay, because I'm gonna be furthering it's only for, like, 2 years. Like, 2 years, and then I will have my degree, and then I will be able to get a job in my field, and then go back to my normal day hours. Hopefully still working remote. Because, I mean, I'm going to be a writer. Who needs to work in an office to be a writer? A lot more inspirations at home. But yeah, and then I did get really excited, because now with this registration class I have to take on, the class is on Wednesday, but she gave, like, since my shifts are 4 hours, I had to take 2 different days off. So, I got Tuesday and Wednesday, or I got Tuesday off, and I'm gonna work 8 hours on Wednesday. And so she gave me Tuesday off, which means, hey, I can go to Bev's Live on Tuesday and maybe convince her I actually did quit my job like she told me to. I'm sure Laura will be on board with that one. Yeah, so I commented to Bev, I'm like, so this might be my last live I'm going to be watching with you because I have to go back to work next week and I'm going to be working during it. And she just goes, so quit your job. I'm like, I just typed back LOL. I'm like, and I'm thinking in my head, like, yeah, that'd be great. Like, okay, well, thanks for having me back, but I quit. After all this, no. I wouldn't do that because this has been a pain so far. And I still have to go back next week. Ooh, I just realized I have a schedule conflict now. That's okay. I still have to go back and get my second tuberculosis test done because, like I said, my job requires 2 of them. But yeah, that was some realizations that I'm coming to. It's like, man, I forgot how much working evenings kind of sucks, you know? Plus, you know, I did quite enjoy, like, having my day over by, like, 4 or 5 p.m., 6 at the latest. Now my day's gonna start first thing in the morning and end at, who God only knows, depends on how late I have to stay up doing homework. Okay, I think that's a good point now. So yeah, of course, like as usual, I will make sure to post, you know, links to all this down below. I do have another pen coming here soon. I'm really excited about it. I'm not gonna say any more than that, but I am super excited. But yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, make sure you do all the things, like, comment, subscribe, let me know your thoughts. Yeah, and then definitely hit that little bell too. I'm sorry, like, my brain is starting to shut down now. Make sure you hit that little bell too to be notified whenever I do put up videos. There is probably going to be another unboxing posted this week because I did get some Happy Mail today. Yay! Love Happy Mail. So yeah, there'll probably be another unboxing posted this week because I think that one, like one of the ones I got today is going to be started after I finish this one, which I am close to finishing. I'm actually only 3 rows away from finishing, well, 3 and 1, because I still have the top of this row to do, but it's hard to angle my camera that way versus over here. But yeah, so I have about 3 rows left to do on this, so this should be done with another week or 2 or so. And then I'll start on the next one, and then, of course, you know, like I said, just post the unboxing for it. So yeah, definitely hit that bell, because, you know, you never know when unboxings are going to come up. Post reviews, which I still have one I have to do. I know. I'm slacking. I've had a lot going on lately. But yeah, I'll get that all done, and should be good to go. So yeah, make sure you hit that bell so you know when those videos pop up. And then, of course, I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.